I'm live. Hello, welcome to the Bored and Confused live commentary of the 2026 Tony Awards. If anybody's here, let me know if my microphone sounds good. Hopefully. Test 1, 2, 3. Let me know if it needs to be louder. I got my Tony Award ballot. Oh, it's 6:30. Let's see what's going on over on Pluto TV. Shrinking this window up. It says stay tuned. I don't trust this Pluto TV thing. Who else is watching on Pluto? The Magical Marcy, hello. Hello, Mark Burns. Microphone sounds great. Let's go, go Bills. Who's watching on Pluto TV? Can I see a raise of hands? It says stay tuned. Oh, wait, something's happening. You're an excited guy. Welcome our host. Wow, they're not dressed for the same party, are they? Please. Titus. Haha. Yeah, no joke. Clap, 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 clap. Okay, my earphones were twisted up. I'd subscribe. Does Daniel have a OnlyFans? Hmm. How are these jokes? Yeah, Titus looks like he just came from the gym. He flexed and his sleeves busted off his tux. Vampires. Revolution. Is it a revolution? Mm-hmm. Titus is who wrote these jokes? That was funny. There you go. It's kind of true. Hey, Michael Burns. Thanks, Go Bills. Okay, what are we doing? Best book. I think it's going to be Schmigadoon. Mm-hmm. I want Titanic to win, though, but I think it's going to be Schmigadoon. Best book of a musical. Their first time. I think that's gonna win. That should win. Make a case for that as well. Schmigadoon. We're 1 for 1, and it has to win one of these awards to be best musical, so it's one step closer to being best musical now. Dance with me while we wait for him to talk. Oh, what a Mormon. Oh, she's not there? Aw, aw. That was a fun little speech. Now we're moving on. He looks good. Good Mormon boy. Costume design. This order makes no sense to me. Now we're gonna jump to costume design of a play. Those were good. I want Queen Jean to win. He's gonna win. Good work. Your shoes are too clean. Scuff them up, and the guitar as well. For Fallen Angels, we're 2 for 2, kids. Come on up, Jeff Mashi. I was like, "Wait, Titus is Jeff Mashi? Is it he's like a secret costume designer on the side?" I wonder who designed his orange tux light. Why wasn't he there? What's your excuse? Now that makes sense to go to costume design of a musical. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes, we want her to win, and she will win. Did good with leather. Those costumes were some I love, some I was Queen Jean. Yay. Why? Because jellicles can and jellicles do. Oh, she looks great. Look at this outfit. Yay, I'm so happy for her. So is Jesse Tyler and Sam Pinkleton. And we go talk while we wait for her to walk up. Look at her outfit. I love that dress. Of course, she designed it. She's taking her look at her strut. Taking her time. She knows she looks good. She knows she looks good. Yes. There's a queen right there. She is a queen. Andrew Lloyd Webber in the house. Well, it takes me they need an escalator to, like, whisk them up. Okay, where's someone to, like, hold her hand and help her up? There should be someone there, right, to help them up in their big dresses? My queen, Jean. She is tall. Oh my god. Look at this outfit. She got the assignment. She's a costume designer. We have to vote. What I love about the Tony Awards is it's an opportunity for me to actually learn how to pronounce everybody's names, or try. Jaylin, is that how she said the name of the director? Livingston? Congratulations. Congratulations. Orchestrations. I think they're gonna win. Actually, I think I selected Lost Boys for this one. I'll have to check my notes. I think that's who I picked. Did I pick Schmigad I think I wanted Schmigadoon's gonna win, but I think I wanted Lost Boys. Let's check my notes. Schmigad that what I guessed? Yep, that's what I guessed. But I wanted Lost Boys to win. Okay, y'all, that's what, 5 for 5? Oh, 4 for 4? 4 for 4. See, he made good time. Why is his name Cinco? Such an odd name, right? Was he the 5th born? What's with all these straight people? So, this just in, Cinco Paul's name is actually William J. Paul Jr., but he was born on the 5th of May, and so as a nickname, they called him Cinco, and it stuck. Oh, love her. Oh, check out this outfit. It's shiny. Hmm, I don't know. Who designed this? This is an unusual gown. Do I like it? She's so beautiful. I used to work for that man. He didn't throw me a baby shower. I wasn't pregnant. Andrew Reese, everything is AI. I'm AI. Congratulations. I'm I'm on the fence about that dress, though. Danny Burstein. He's amazing. He's so serious. He used to be an actor. That's where he started. Yeah. Lincoln Center is what it is now because of Andre Bishop. Was there last night. Night before last. Night songs, side songs. Aw. When I worked at Lincoln Center, Andre Bishop would always show up, and he was so hard to read. He always looked like he was just like, he kinda has the resting bitch face. He always seemed so angry, and every time he'd come in, we'd be like, "Is it okay?" And then afterwards, he'd be like, "He everything was great, and he loved it." And we'd be like, "Oh, okay." Would have never known from his face. Tell your face, Andre. Oh, let me, turn off this here. Let me turn up this volume. There we go. Alright, so I don't have noise in my ear. I guess I could just take these off. Some air in here. Alright, so are we, have we only done 4 awards? 4 for 4. How's everybody doing? Comment what you thought of Kelly O'Hara's dress. It was unusual, right? It looked like, it had aluminum foil on it. Kind of had like an '80s vibe to it. But this isn't, Project Runway. Whoa, I already lost some bets. Sorry, Magic Marcy. You should watch my video because 'cause I'm gone right so far. Although I'm expecting some upsets. I'm expecting to just have totally missed there's gonna be some surprises, I think, and maybe even the category of, like, best actress or some things where you thought for sure you knew who was gonna win it, and then there's gonna be a big surprise. What's gonna be next? It is interesting, do they always go in the same order, I wonder? They always start with book and then jump over to costumes and then come back over to orchestrations? Seems like you should do costumes of a well, they did play in a musical together, yeah. Hmm, anyhow, um, which category is everybody most excited for? I'm really curious about the men's categories because those are the ones that are kind of up in the air for me. For the best actor one, that one's gonna be interesting. Best supporting actress in a play, I think it's a lock in. I think Meryl Streep really made sure that the winner was going to be Laurie Metcalf when she said she was gonna quit acting because Laurie was so good, but June Squibb still could pull it out. I'm really curious about best performing actor in a feature role. That one's really there's so many great actors. That one's really up in the air for me. I think I picked Alden Ehrenreich, but Ruben Santiago is who I want to win. Any person is just give him all the awards because he's always amazing. And then Christopher Abbott gave such a great performance. Yeah, featured actors would be interesting. For the musicals, that's also a toss-up. Although I have to say the fact that Schmigadoon has already won 2 awards, 2 out of 4, that is boding very well for Schmigadoon. People are, like, doing odds right now. I was thinking about betting on categories this year, but I didn't get my act together in time to do it. And I also looked on, like, Golden Derby, which kind of gives you, the odds, and most of my choices there were already given good odds, so I was like, "How much money could I really make if everybody's choosing the same thing?" The only way you could really make some money on betting, I think, is if you could guess the upset. But I'm just talking out my butt because I don't know anything about gambling. That is not my vice. My vice is going to see plays and caring too much and thinking too much, as my mom would say. Okay, are we back? No, 30, 40 seconds. Why is the pre-show on Pluto not beginning? Is it not starting? It started, with everyone taking their seats and Laura Benanti and Titus coming in his athletic tuxedo in velour orange velour. He looked like a fuzzy basketball. Hello, Dave Boker. Oh, we back? Yeah. Nope, we were on. I was excited. I I didn't look to see who was performing. I was like, "Oh, I'll just be surprised." You guys know how I just like to be surprised by the most obvious things. Like, "Oh, wait, Pink's hosting? Didn't see that coming." We're back. Pluto needs to catch up. We're She's funny, I love her. I saw Laurie Benanti off Broadway in her one-woman show, and she was so funny. Okay, so the audio is not matching my video on Pluto. Anybody else having that problem? How do I fix that? Huh. Anybody else having a sync issue with the audio and the video? American Players Theater. My tie is AI. Yeah, his audio's messed up. Speaking of AI, the tuxedo I'm wearing in my photo for this live stream is AI. I didn't wanna get put the tuxedo on. How do I get the I know, I'm a little confused. I'm gonna refresh the page. Come on. Okay, if you refresh the page, the audio gets fixed. Aw, congratulations. Regional theater is so important, y'all. Let's give them their props. Woo woo. Is it just me, but 25,000 doesn't seem very much. That's probably such a small percent of their operating cost. Look at that beautiful woman in the brown dress. Sorry, I got distracted by her. She's 6 feet tall. Most regional theaters. Mhm. Blank stare. It's interesting. They don't get played off, they get to talk. Oh, that's Ty Blue. Um, Very handsome man. So, yeah, love regional theaters. They're the only reason I ever make any money as a playwright. Sound design of a play. Nah, could. I think I picked salesman just because I think they just like to have a sweep. Yeah. This is what happens. It's like I mean, the sound was great, but I think it really helps when you're nominated for so many other awards. Yep. 5 of 5, y'all. Yeah, I thought Oedipus should have won that one. The sound design was just interesting for that play. He's just too tall. Yeah, audiences in general are very white for the Tonys and for Broadway. He is amazing, Joe Mantello. He's the man. I wonder if he's nice to hang out with. I wonder if he's fun or, like, really serious. I bet he's really intense. Just my guess. Sound design of a musical. I think Lost Boys will take this, but Cats could get it. That's who I think should win. I think Lost Boys will win. Let's see. Oh, I got one wrong. I got one wrong. And I didn't even have I had Kai Harada maybe winning for Jellicle Ball as an upset. Oh, this bodes bad for Cats, though. But they did win costumes. Ragtime. Wow. Yeah. Only at the Tony Awards are people, like, nominated for 3 or 4 things, 2 or 3 things. I love that he has 2 acceptance speeches. The other one he flips over for Cats. That's hilarious. I can. Amazing Fetchin' Orchestra at Ragtime. You got rhythm. Has anybody ever rapped their acceptance speech? If anyone would, it would be Lin-Manuel. Okay, so I got one wrong, y'all, and I didn't even see that one. Neither did he. He didn't know what he was like, "What I went for?" I wanted to have a perfect score. Hmm. If I get something wrong, I want it because something that I really want to win to to get the award. Boy, it's hard to talk when people are talking in my ears. I like his bow tie matches her outfit. Smart. It's like they're going to prom. Friday. Oh, here we go. Let's meet Freddie. Mhm. Oh, they're just going for the heartstrings. They're like, "And I had cancer." Fredry? Woo! Fredry? Freddie? Fredry Headress. Oh, yeah. Oh, they got the Cat's Jellicle Ball fan. Smart. But he gave you cancer. Lin-Manuel wrapped best book for Hamilton, you think? Oh, totally distracted. My phone just went off. Ollie Akers, are you giving spoilers? We haven't gotten to score yet. Hey, Daniel Tobias. That's where I was born, Atlanta. Utopian comedy. How old do you think he is? It does matter. Yes. Woo. Bowen Yang. Okay, I think someone just spoiled this. No. Someone just spoiled this, I think, in the chat feed. That's who I think should win. That's who I think should win. Someone spoiled that. So did I get this one wrong? I got this one wrong, but Schmigadoon was my second choice. Okay, so Schmigadoon is winning Best Musical. They just won Best Book and Best Score. They're winning Best Musical. I have a problem with them winning Best Score because the songs are they're parodies. I think it should have won for arranging, absolutely, but not for score. Yes, more musicals, please. You wouldn't have won if there'd been more than 6, but Yeah, go see everything. But I'm annoyed that I this shouldn't win best score. It's because it's not an original score. It is copying. Like, it's so obvious copy. You can sing the title song of Schmigadoon and play Oklahoma and play the chords, and it is exactly the same. It's not even a clever parody. It is an exact copy of the music. She looks great. And classy for her to show up when her musical was completely snubbed. His sister wife. I wish Versailles would have gotten at least 1 nomination, and it should have been for score. Mark Rubin, what did you think of my review of Kristen's show? It wasn't as bad as I thought everyone said. I liked Kristen. I also liked Sherry Renee, and I liked some of the songs, and I thought the music had a lot of craft. I liked the French stuff because it was different. Ah, I don't know, Cloud Chan. I feel like people really wanted to hate on Versailles because of the text issue with Charlie Kirk and all that. People came in with just ready to tear it down. That's just me. Thank you, Mark Rubin. Glad you enjoyed that review. That review was done live. My review of Versailles, because I didn't get press tickets, I went to opening night, came home, and immediately reviewed it. So it was completely off the cuff in the moment. I'm just as a writer too, I'm frustrated that a parody musical wins best score because it makes me feel like, what's the point of writing original music when we're gonna award people that are just copying blatantly other shows? It's like they're giving the best score award to Rodgers and Hammerstein posthumously. But Cinco sings like a nice guy. Also, what was his name? Thomas? Michael? I forget. Cinco. Off the cuff needs to return. Well, this is what I decided with the off the cuff reviews. I've decided for Broadway shows, I'm gonna put in the off the cuff. It would surprise you. Doing off the cuff reviews is more work than me doing a scripted review, because if I do off the cuff, I have to, like, really study everything that I need to say. I gotta like, the history of the show, what it's about. I have to, like, really have it firmly in my mind, and then the off the cuff reviews take so long to edit because you can tell from the way I'm talking now, I have pauses. I start to say something and I missay it. I mispronounce things. I get names wrong. Whereas if I do a lot of notes and scripted review, I can bang those out in half the time. So what I'm doing is most of my off Broadway shows are a combination of scripted with little off the cuff moments. But my Broadway shows, I'm going to try to do all off the cuff, for better or for worse. And that's why they're usually going to be longer, like Beaches, where I just start talking and then don't stop. And then I also say things that I often regret when I do off the cuff. Let's see what people are saying. Cloud Chance telling me how much he disliked Versailles. Well, I agree that the subject matter was awful, but I liked the performance that a lot of the actors gave, and I thought some of the score had some real craft to it. But it's hard for songs to transfer if the book is bad or if you don't care about the characters, then you're not gonna care about the songs, no matter how well written they are. You can't make people because a song makes someone really care and fall in love, and if you don't care about the characters, you don't care what they're singing. That's my 2 cents. Whereas Schmigadoon, of course, the songs are great because they're copying the greatest songs written for musical theater. There was a show called The Musical of Musicals. Does anybody remember that? It was a parody, and what they would do is they'd basically tell a melodrama story of, like, "You must pay the rent." "I can't pay the rent." "I'll pay the rent." Of, like, the bad, evil sinister man, and then the ingenue who gets tied to the train tracks, and then the young, handsome man who comes in and saves the day. Anyhow, that was the basic story, but then they did that basic story in the style of Andrew Lloyd Webber, in the style of Candor and Ebb. That to me is that show I could see winning Best Score because it wasn't copying specific songs. It was more a general idea of how Lloyd Webber writes. So it did a lot of copying of famous opera pieces. And Kander and Ebb just they really understood the style of those composers. So that's what I could see winning Best Score. I'm just Schmigadoon. I'm not impressed by the score. I feel like anyone the lyrics are more impressive, so maybe for the lyrics, but the music, not so much. Okay, we're back. Nope, I gotta refresh. I gotta refresh it every time we hit a commercial break. Stokes. Guess we're doing lighting design. Oh, he's cute. Penn& Teller, BB. We did Pippin. Incredible show. It's funny that they hurry up people's acceptance speeches, but then we have these long segments. Okay, let's answer these questions. Is Girl Erupted like chess? No, because the score is not as good as chess, but it's the problem is with Amy Mann's songs is they're great pop songs, but they're just not theatrical, whereas at least Chess's songs feel more theatrical. I like Just in Time a lot too, Mark Rubin. How dare I have a super short opinion on a chat? I'll read your send the link to your review, Cloud Chen. Oh, looks like Matt 30 years. Who? Maybe Brian Stokes. Lightnings have a play. Okay. I actually didn't love the lighting for Joe Turner. I love the lighting for that. Love that. I think this will win. I don't know if it should, but I think Death of a Salesman win. Jack Knowles. Got that one right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right, 2 wrong. Not doing so well. 2 wrong? I can't get any more wrong. Well, this is an interesting outfit. It's got, like, witches on the moon, flying across the moon. You say you rock? Hey, Pluto, you get what you pay for. I mean, I do gotta say the resolution of this on Pluto is good. It's just every time the commercials happen, it gets messed up. He's funny. He's a character. He's a character, I love him. Congratulations, Jack. Oh, no, I got 6 right, 2 wrong. He looks like a basketball. Is it just me? I see a basketball. Oh, that's lighting. Nah, this has gotta be Lost Boys. Ooh, Michael Arden gets a credit too for lighting. Hey, Mr. Director. Jen Schreiber, yeah. I got another run right, yeah. And Michael I wonder, sometimes directors get to be such a big deal that it's like they can really imprint themselves on a lot of different aspects. Like Michael Arden also chose the composers for this show. I mean, this really is his show. He's involved in the lighting. Watch the follow spike go off. The lighting was cool for this because it was like magic to make them fly. Michael looks good. I've actually met Michael Arden. He was a reader for me in an audition once, and he was excellent. His husband. Oh, Andy looks great too. These beautiful gays who never age. Look at those empty seats. Dude, this but if you think about they show up at like 4 o'clock for the red carpet, and then they go to, like, 11. That's like 6 or 7 hours of here. Do they get, like, lunch snack breaks? You would need, like, 2 or 3 bathroom breaks. Yay, Bernadette. Looking good. How are people knowing who wins things before I do? Is there another way to watch this than Pluto? Joshua Henry said there's no you have to bring snacks in your pockets. That's true. James Lapine is amazing. Patty LuPone looks great. It's true. Musicals take a whole village to make, whereas plays can be one person. Is that Will Finn? Incredible career. Shockaroo. He's amazing, James Lapine. I wanna see Maya in that. I was talking to someone the other day who's seen every Mary, and I've only seen Cole. "Sweetie son of a play." I liked it. I loved it. I think it'll win. I think it should win. Wait a minute. Actually, I chose David Corns. David Corns. Dang, I knew that was gonna win, but I th I thought people would vote for David Corns. I should have voted. I knew they were gonna win. I knew it. But in my heart of hearts, I wanted Dog Day. Scene design of a play. I picked this one wrong, but I think I knew. I knew it was gonna win. I don't know. I like realistic sets. I mean, yes, it was a cool I don't know, I mean, it was so conceptual, the idea of the whole play taking place inside a garage, it was beautiful, but I don't know, I I'm a sucker for very realistic sets that can move on the stage. Okay, scene design of a musical. Okay, this is gonna be I mean, that's a cool set, but I don't think so. I don't think so. That's who's gonna win. Dane Laffrey. Incredible set, but I think Dane Laffrey gets it. Yep. So far, actually, a lot of the wins feel kind of predictable. Like, they're giving a lot of awards to Death of a Salesman, they're giving a lot of awards to Schmigadoon, it's they're kinda letting them sweep. Got 3 wrong. We shoulda known better. Was that a Titanic reference? No. Yeah, that theater. Oh, he's married to Jen Silverman, the director? That makes sense. He's got that Colonel Sanders bow tie? Yeah. So, yeah, thought they were gonna win. This model is amazing. What are they thinking? Okay, um, what's next? Choreography. Choreography. Any other year, he would win. Not enough dance in that. Not enough dance in that show either. They're gonna win it, and they should. They should win it. Yeah, that's aerial work, it doesn't count to me. Amari Wiles, yeah. I agree with this 100%. I mean, Cats is a dance musical. Like, it's if Cats doesn't win best choreography, it's like, what are you doing? Because it's a dance it's like dance first, song second, plot, acting third. I mean, it's a dance show from the original conception. Oh, he's got a little shrug, a little royal blue cape. He must be cold. I wanna see them dance. I wanna see them vogue. Oh, look at the eye makeup on the Shields. He's got a knit tie on. It's a throwback to the '80s. I used to have knit ties. Uh, Spit it out, buddy, spit it out. You ain't got time. This couple. They're cracking me up. This is how you know these are 2 guys who dance. Boys, you need to talk faster. Yeah, exactly. What they should be playing them off now. Okay, Jellicles. I'm glad they won. They deserved it. Oh, is it time? Is that it? Wait, it's only 7:38. What's going on? Okay, I guess this is the dinner break, bathroom break. All right, so let's turn this volume down or just take these off. Okay, so that was interesting. I'm mad at myself for not picking, Death of a Salesman for scenic design, like, I knew it was gonna win scenic design, I knew it. I just was hoping people would be as amazed by the reality of the realness of Dog Day Afternoon, because that set just blew me away, and it moved around and it shifted on the set so that you could bring in other bits. What else would I get wrong? Best original score, I already talked about that. I just Cinco seems like a lovely guy, but I'd be curious to hear Cinco write an original score, an actual score that wasn't parodying something or copying something. Does he have that skill? And sound design of a musical went to Ragtime as opposed to Lost Boys, but that I whatever. Sound design is just musical sound design is such a play I get a little bit more because you can have a lot of different sound elements going into a play, but a musical with it really becomes about how well you can hear the music, I guess, and the lyrics and how good the orchestra is sounding. What do y'all think? Okay, if musical wins Best Musical, do the actors get a pay increase if they're in that show? No. But if an actor wins Best Actor in a musical and they had it in their contract that if they win an award, they get an increase in pay, then they do. It all really just boils down to what people have in their contracts. Yeah, it was short, right, Claude Chan? And generic channel answered my question for me. Feels like Death of a Salesman is going to sweep. Yep, and it also feels like Schmigadoon is gonna sweep, although probably not in the acting categories because they don't have many. I think the acting categories will be swept by, probably Death of a Salesman and The People Called It Ragtime. Did Cinco write anything for the actual TV show or just the adaptation? No, I think Cinco was involved in the songs because a lot of the songs my understanding, a lot of all of these songs or most of these songs came from the television, and there's a lot more songs in the television show. But someone else who's much more familiar with the television show might be able to answer that. Schmigadoon TV show. Let's see who wrote. Let's see what the internet. Hey guys, you wanna see my glasses? Um, Cinco Paul wrote all the original songs and the musical score for the Schmigadoon TV show. There you go. He's a one-man band with the help of Rodgers and Hammerstein and Frank Lesser and Meredith Wilson. Ragtime for Sound is kind of insane to me. Why do you say that, Drea Chalfan? You know, it is actually interesting because my friend I had no trouble understanding Ragtime because I know the score so well, but a friend of mine who'd never seen it before, he said he had a really hard time understanding Sarah in the show. But we got, like, 20 minutes, y'all. I feel like last year when we did this, it went right the into the Tony Awards because I remember having to, like, hustle, but I got all Paramount all set up, supposedly. Let's go find Pink. Where's Pinky? Hey, Pink. Tony. There she is. Watch live, clicky. CBS would like to use your current location. Sure, go for it. Allow this. So someone what is the likely shocker? You know, it's funny, I was talking to my friend who's a Tony voter, and I can't remember who he picked, but he picked someone other than Leslie Manville for, best actress actress in a music the best actress in a play, and I was like, "What about Leslie Manville?" And he was like, "I don't think he's gonna go that way." So I was like, "He knows it, I don't know." So he made me worried about my choice for that one. Okay, these are just commercials. So someone asked me to make a video about how what I felt about Pink hosting the Tony Awards. And so I'll go ahead and talk about that now since we've got 20 minutes to kill. I think my I don't think you have to be in theater to host the Tony Awards any more than I feel like you have to be a movie star to host the Oscars, or you have to be a television or movie star to host the Golden Globes. Like Nikki Glaser hosted the Golden Globes. She was amazing. She's not a big TV actor person. True, she's done roasts, but she was a fantastic host. So my thing with Pink is I'm like, as long as she does a good job, as long as she's funny and a good host, we know she can sing, we know she can move. So hopefully they've written I think Patrick and Paul wrote an opening number for her for this. So as long as she puts on a show and does a great job, I say great. The big question though is why is Pink? Evidently she moved to New York. This is what I read in some Reddit, so I don't know if this hasn't been verified knowledge, but that she moved to New York. Part of the reason she moved to New York is that she has a daughter who really wants to pursue theater and be on Broadway. And so someone was saying, "Oh, she's just hosting the Tony Awards because she wants her daughter to be on Broadway." I'm like, there's better avenues to getting your child on Broadway than needing to host an award show. I'm sure she has lots of other contacts, but if she wanted her daughter to help her daughter get on the show, she doesn't need to host the awards. But she might also be like, "My daughter loves Broadway. I love Broadway. I want to be more involved in it because I love it, and my daughter would love if I hosted the Tony Awards." Then I could see her that being a reason to do it, but I don't think it's as cynical as if I host the Tony Awards, my daughter will get a show. You know, if you want to put your daughter in a show, you just have the money, you just become a producer. You just put a lot of money into a show and say, part of the deal is that you cast my daughter in it. I mean, that's not unusual. There's so many shows I have seen on Broadway and regional, and it's just a known thing in the theaters that producers have the power as the money people to influence who the director casts. If you've seen the movie Bullets Over Broadway, that's the whole point of the play is that this producer agrees to produce this play, but only if his girlfriend gets to be in it. That's the whole plot point of it. And it seems far-fetched, but I think it actually happens a lot more than you would think. Broadway is a very small community. There's a lot of people, not as cynical as Broadway, but there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, my boyfriend, let's cast him." There's a lot of incest going on in there. Well, I get demonetized for saying incest. All right, so those are my thoughts on Pink. So as long as she does a good job, I'm all here for it. And to be honest, I found it so weird when like Hugh Jackman, who I think is a great host, but it's weird when you host a season where you're nominated for something. I don't. It's so weird to not be nominated and to see if you win an award because then it just feels like, well, of course Hugh Jackman's going to win because how awkward would that be? If you're hosting the Tonys and then you lose. I think it has happened though. Someone mentioned that there was a host once who did not win an award. That seems awkward to me. So, and also people said about Pink, oh, but she's got songs in Moulin Rouge and Juliet. And I'm like, yeah, but she didn't write them for those shows. That she probably was barely involved in that decision. Her manager probably was like, hey, if you want to use your song, how much will I get paid? This much. Great, do it. So I don't think that that's not she does not have Broadway cred because of that, in my opinion. But she might soon. She might be writing a musical. Wouldn't put it past her. Oh my gosh, there's a weird brain commercial going on Paramount Plus. They're looking at brains. That's disgusting. So curious. Whose brains are they comparing? Oh, it's dementia. Okay, so if anybody is watching Paramount Plus, Anderson Cooper is holding halves of human brains in his rubber gloved hands. This is what's happening before the Tonys. Okay, and then he's holding little tiny brains. Are those like dog brains? Yeah, dog brains. It's a good guess, Matt. Okay, guys, learn about Alzheimer's and dog brains before watching the Tonys. Maybe that's the next musical. Here's doing something crazy. It's got lift. It's got life. It's alive. Okay. Sounds like you're talking in a bubble. I don't know what that is because I'm just using my microphone. Is it echoey? I don't know. I did kind of notice because I tested the mic before, and maybe if you turn the gain up, am I super loud now? Maybe that's the deal. Let's put the gain at middle. Is that better? Am I less bubbly? Oh, my audio is choppy. Audio is whack, Matt. Audio is fine for me. Word on the audio, it's going in and out. Audio is making me confused. Sounds like you're talking in a bubble. Yes, we are back. Wait, are we back at the Tonys? 7:50. It's just a little quiet sometime. Okay, I turned up the gain. It sounds better. Okay, I turned up the gain. Much better. Okay, the gain was the issue. Thank you for pointing that out. I think I had the gain loud because it's warm today. I have the AC on, so I didn't wanna get all that in the background. Is anybody else watching Anderson Cooper look at brains? All right, so anything to talk about for the next 10 minutes? So I think Schmigadoon's gonna win. They've won book and music, so it's a done deal now. But see, Cats won costumes and choreography, and Ragtime only won 1 award. So I think Cats still has a chance to pull this out as best revival. Uh, clearly clearly, Death of a Salesman is going to win, for best revival of a play. Best play, it's hard to say because none of them have had any categories yet that I'm aware of. Oh, The Ballisters had one, but it didn't win for costumes and Liberation. I want Liberation to win. I mean, no doubt, Liberation. Yeah, but I had a whole video about what I wanted to win, and a lot of that hasn't changed because I was gonna do more research and look at more opinions and all I didn't do it. I went to the beach. I look like I got a little sun. Uh, yeah. I was tempted to go to the beach today, but I was like, "I won't make it back in time." I agree, Dre Chalfant. I know, that's what I thought too. I didn't want I mean, I'm not as upset about Scott Rudin as some people are, but I'm like, what is the audience gonna do when Scott Rudin gets up to accept the award? Are they gonna be like I think they're gonna just be like, clap politely. You don't think they'll boo? I think it's just gonna be like I watched something with, where Laurie Metcalf, who I love, and some people were giving her grief for doing Little Bear Ridge Road, which had Scott Rudin co-produced, and then for doing Death of a Salesman, and she talked about how torn she was because Scott Rudin has always been good to her, and actually Scott Rudin had given her, a lot of big breaks early on in her career. So, I understand why Laurie Metcalf would be torn because she owes Scott Rudin, and he's never done anything bad to her. So I could see really conflicted about it, and so just the fact that she is not just being dismissive of the accusations, I think is good, but I understand why it was a difficult choice for her, but I understand ultimately, you know, he helped her when she needed help. She's helping him and helping herself, and I know some people were mad at me for going not mad, but they criticized me for seeing Little Bear Ridge Road, but I was like, "Laurie Metcalf's in it, I have to go. I have to go, it's Laurie Metcalf." And he was a co-producer on that one, so if that matters. You see, Jessica Hecht is coming to MTC next year. Let's go. Yes, I saw that. What is she doing? Remind me. I did see it. She was announced with, 2 other people. I will definitely go to MTC to see that. I don't think Marla will win. I think Titanic is gonna get shut out, sadly. They're gonna give Schmigadoon all the parody love. See, I thought Titanic should have won Best Book because I just thought, they're both parody musicals, and I like the book better with Titanic. I thought it was crazier. Like, it shouldn't have worked, but it did. Uh, is that your front door to your right? Yes. It's my front That is my hallway. This is my whole apartment. No, that's not true. This is so my apartment's a little weird. It's got a little foyer. It's got this little space that I just don't know what to do with. It's, like, big enough to, like, put a single bed in, and I was like, "It could be my guest room," but then I couldn't the bathroom is behind me, and this is the door, so it's basically just a room so that doors can open, and then the rest of my apartment's to my left over there. That was a tour of my apartment, and I should paint the walls so it doesn't look like I'm an institution. Actually Here's a story that you don't care, but, they're supposed to paint your walls every 2 years, management in New York, and I went, like, 4 or 5 years, and I was like, my walls are getting kinda dingy." So I had them come in and paint, and they used the crappiest paint, like, the roughest, cheapest, crappiest paint, so that it was, like, 2 weeks later, you can see it. There was, like you can see it on the door behind me. Like, you just touched it, and it would get dirty so easily, so I need to repaint or just paint it all green, and this could be my green screen room, but it's so annoying. New York, like, they're like, "Well, we don't wanna paint, so we're gonna do a crappy job at it so that you won't ask us to do it again," and guess what? They're right. I'm not gonna ask them to do it again. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna go buy some good paint, maybe do a color, but I've been saying that for 2 years, and I need to just repaint instead of looking like I live in a dorm room. Praying for cats. Yeah, I want cats to win. I just don't see in what world it wouldn't win. Oh, it's 60 Minutes is what I'm watching. Yeah, lots of drama about 60 Minutes in the news right now. Also, many audience members don't know who's producing. Awake and it's true. But I think people are voting on the Tonys. I think they know who's voting. Oh, who's producing. Oh, Wake and Sing. Right. Thanks, Go Bills. That's right. I remember reading that. I saw Wake and Sing with Danny Burstein and Pablo Schreiber. It was produced by Lincoln Center, and it was great production. So definitely excited to see it again because it's really good play. They booed Nathan Lane at the drama desk for thanking Scott. Wow. The drama desk are a little like, that's not as a formal. This is televised. This is like the Broadway brand. I think they're a little more afraid to make it look bad. Yay, Daniel, Tobias. That's a great comment that your nephew had never seen a Broadway play and he loved Dog Day Afternoon. Seeing your first live Broadway play is an incredible experience. It's memorable. He'll remember that for the rest of his life. People ask him, "What was your first Broadway play?" He'll be like, "Dog Day Afternoon." We need an apartment tour. Not right now because it is a mess. I tore it up. I was tempted to put a mirror behind me so that you guys could actually see the Tony telecast, but I didn't then you'd see all the other lights and stuff. Okay, are we about ready for we're almost there. We're almost there, y'all. Just sips of water because 'cause I'm not gonna be able to go to the bathroom. Yeah, Danny Burstein and Jessica Heck will be in I'm sure I've seen them together in something, but they'll be incredible in Awake and Sing. Wait, did Danny Burstein do Awake and Sing the first I swear he did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of Golden Boy or whatever that show was called about the boxer. So don't quote me on that. Maybe I didn't see Danny Burstein in Awake and Sing. I agree. I thought Dog Day should have won scenic design. They went for the more artsy, surprising take, which I get. Yeah, that's of the ones that I got wrong, or I shouldn't say wrong because some of them I guessed correctly even though I wanted something else. But I'm a little mad at myself for not voting for Death of a Salesman just because I really wanted Dog Day to win for best scenic design. Oh, well. Alright, guys, 1 minute. Are we excited for the Tony Awards? They're doing a commercial. They're doing a advertisement for they're leading this with a huge advertisement for, Death of a Salesman. Uh, so let's remember that the Tony Awards, the televised portion, is technically it's a big, expensive commercial for the Broadway brand. So it's always good to keep that in mind and see how they do selling Broadway to the rest of the nation and beyond to get people excited about buying a plane ticket to New York and coming and seeing a show here. Lion King, showing all the oh, wait, that's an advertisement for Broadway.com. Guys, don't buy your tickets on Broadway.com. This advertisement, don't buy your tickets on Broadway.com. They cost 30% more. I'm telling you right now. Broadway.com is not the place to buy your tickets. And they're gonna special yes, presentation. Here we are. Oh, spinning. Is that Pink? She loves aerial work. Oh, yes, see, there's a really good host in a very nice suit. Those boots. Woo! I see a costume reveal coming. That's impressive to be hanging and holding a man in your legs and sing that note. But Pink didn't write this. She just sang it. Yeah, I need the subtitles. This is a weird parody. Hera. Who's that? That was a weird parody. Ah, did you say a bad word? Dougal gets to walk across the stage with a cake. Leading Lady Marmalade. Oh, they put 6 girls in there. Kickline. Oh, yeah. That coming in. Paddington. Woo! That was fun. I never knew Megan Thee Stallion was that tall. She's giant. She's so tall. Um, is she still in Moulin Rouge? So that was fun. but that song doesn't really lend itself to parody lyrics. I'm gonna say that. Like, the lyrics were really hard to understand. I was trying to read the subtitles on the screens, but that song is amazing. It's such a great opening number. I wonder whose idea it was. Did her people come to the Tonys, or did they come to her? Oh, you know where she is. Ah, funny. Liberation. I like the set. Cool set. It's a good speech. Love Cole's outfit. Love this outfit. It's so good. Cole's outfit is incredible. Cole's makeup looks good. I'd like to see Cole host. Cole is so funny. Oh, they should be hosting. Oh, lead actor. I was enjoying that banter so much. He was so good. Oh, we're getting right to the okay. I think it's gonna be John. No, not Daniel, because I didn't see it. John Lithgow. I got it right. Where is this? Leading role. I got it right. So now that Maya's been on Broadway, maybe she can host the Tonys next year. Although Cole would be a hilarious host. He's just not famous enough, I guess. He's the reason for the play, really. Isn't that crazy? This is how I'm gonna sit at the Tony Awards. Okay, Grandpa. I remember my first Tony Award. Speaking off the cuff so well. Uh, Good speech. I love when they can just speak from their heart like that. They don't need notes or a teleprompter. I love that he's walking out with Cole as his escort and not the hot woman. I mean, Cole is a hot woman. Here's the through line. So Mackenzie. Guy on the left. Lahoma, where the wind comes. Schmega, schmega. All right. Opening number from Schmigadoon. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that one or I thought they might do corn pudding, but they did corn pudding, I think, at a lot of the early morning television shows. Chris Catelli in a suit that matches the backdrop of the show. Featured actress. Laurie better get ready. They did seat June Squibb on the front row, though, so if she needs to get up, she'll be able to do it in less time. But I think it's going to Laurie. We'll find out shortly. What do we think of that opening number? It's not as funny a number as corn pudding to me is my favorite number, but I mean, it is if you want to introduce your show and all the characters, it's good for that. I don't know. My biggest issue with Schmigadoon is like that opening number. I would leave the show humming Oklahoma. I just wish the score was. I mean, it is what it is. I just don't think it should have won best score. I need to let that go. Okay, someone said here something about Mark Bonanni is probably losing his mind with the Schmigadoon showcase. Who is Mark Bonanni, Cloud Chan? I don't know who that. I don't know who that is. Adrian Brody with so much aura. Did you see that? I saw the play he was in, The Fear of 13, which I had a mixed response to. Yeah, I think this is a hard number. That's a hard number to be wowed by because it's not one idea. It's just it's introducing you to the whole world. So whereas like Corn Puddin' is the funniest song that I think introduces the humor of the show better. But this is a good taste of what the Schmigadoon is offering. Oh, you think Nichelle is going to win a Tony? Do you? We shall see. Magical Marseille. Yeah, the point is to parody golden age of musical, but like I mentioned earlier, I wish it could do it in a way where it doesn't leave me where I don't know exactly what song it's parodying. like, it's so obviously Oklahoma. Whereas I was talking earlier about, the musical of musicals where they did parodies of famous Broadway composers, but they were parodying the composers, not the actual songs. So you didn't leave that show humming songs from Rodgers and Hammerstein musical because they wrote it in such a style that it is as if Rodgers and Hammerstein had written a new song. That makes sense? I wish it more just and that's only because it won the Tony Award for Best Score. I thought to win the Best Score Tony, you should have to do that. But you're right, the show's successful. As a parody of a show, I mean, I think I probably had the best time at Schmigadoon of all the musicals. I had a great time. That and Titanic, I just was laughing, having a great time. Um, yeah, so who am I to critique that? It's successful, and it's gonna win Best Musical of the Year. Best oh, we're doing nominees. Balusters. Oh, it's a commercial. We're doing I love that Broadway that the Tony Awards is a big commercial for Broadway, but then in between the Tony Awards are commercials for all the shows on Broadway. It's a hat on a hat. It's a commercial in a commercial. Um, wait, are you there? Hey, what are you doing? Okay, we're back. They showed someone from the Balusters, so it confused me. New new costume. Still the beginning. Look at everybody with their phones out. All right, Sarah, giving us fashion. Laurie. She was amazing, but the whole cast. She was amazing, but the whole cast. Also very good. Laurie Metcalf. Laurie Metcalf. Sorry, June. June will win it next year. Yes. See, look, there's someone to help him up the stairs. Where was this guy during the pre-show? We're Act One. Yay! Look at that cool dress. She looks great. Is that she wearing a Christian Siriano dress? She didn't thank Scott Rudin. Maybe she learned from Nathan not to do that. I think she looks great. I love that dress. Congratulations. She was so good in that. And you still can go see it. He's in character. The Fear of Ragtime. I love the little kid just standing there. The understudies are on too. La, 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 la. One of the greatest opening numbers of all time. She didn't have a parasol. There were no Rayom. Yay! People call to ragtime. Such a great opening number. Although I do have to say, this staging of this number does not make me forget about the brilliant staging done by Graziella Daniele in the original. All right. So, love ragtime, great opening number, good choice of a number to do. Although Joshua Henry, I kind of wanted him to sing. So I almost wanted him to sing Make Them Hear You. Anyhow, but like this is why I don't think ragtime should win best revival is because I think of the original staging of that opening number and it was so incredible. And this is good, but it's just I'm watching it, I'm remembering how Graziella Daniele had all 3 of the groups, like, circling around each other, and so it's just I don't know, whereas Cats makes me just I forget all about the first time I saw Cats. Of course, I went to therapy to, forget about the first time I saw Cats, and it was, effective. Took quite a few visits, though. But yeah, but great actors in that show, those it's a tremendous cast. I know when she said, "You're not ho" when Pink said to, Marlene, Celine, you're not hosting the Tonys," I wanted her to say, "Or am I?" Like she does in the show, or maybe I am, and live in that delusion. Um, but yeah, great opening, great number, love that song, and it was trimmed down, of course, because we didn't get the introduction of Nesbit, Evelyn Nesbit, but we still got that I can't make the noise, that little "wee" sound. Anyhow, uh, interesting thing is most shows I see on Broadway, there's, like, usually one person, and there's, Raum Crenshaw, who's one of the black actors in Ragtime. I did, Barnum with her. She played, the older woman, I forget her name, the oldest woman in the world, and I was Barnum. So it's so fun to see people who I worked with on Broadway, and this is, like, her 5th show or something. So I do know some people. Uh, such a name dropper. But I do enjoy seeing people I know on stage doing their thing. Okay. What are these comments saying to me? Hi, Mullen25. Oh, wait, what's going on? Celine. Oh, that was just a teaser. Uh, the first 2 shows performed. I mean, I'm still holding out for Cats because I feel if Cats wins direction, then I'm like, if Cat wins direction, costumes, choreography, how can it not be how can it not be the best revival? And it's already won 2 of the 3. I just don't think winning a lot of acting awards is the reason to say it's the best revival. Because when people come see I said this before, when people come to see the show, those actors probably won't be in it anymore. Commercial for Just in Time with Jeremy Jordan playing right now. So I actually went and saw Just in Time with Jeremy Jordan, and I was gonna do a review of his performance, but I just he was good, but not as good as Jonathan Groff, and I just didn't see the I was like, it would be a 1-minute review. He's good. He's doing Jeremy Jordan. So this is my 1-minute review. Jeremy Jordan sounds great. He looks great. I don't think he has that rapport with the audience that Jonathan Groff had. And I also found the stories and the little bits that he does at the beginning when he says, "Today I'll be your Bobby Darin." Jonathan Groff's bits were much funnier than the ones they gave to Jeremy Jordan. Jeremy Jordan was mainly talking about other shows he'd done on Broadway, and that was they made jokes about that. Whereas I thought Jonathan Groff talking about being gay and talking about growing up in the Midwest in this small little town and coming to New York, and to me, that was just it was more personally about his life, where Jeremy Jordan, it was about his career, and I just didn't find that intro as interesting. But that being said, it's a well-done show, it's well-directed, it's well-written, and Jeremy Jordan is a fantastic singer and a good actor. So, I thought the show still worked. Ooh, are we back? Yeah. Ben Platt and, Ava Perón. That is a plunging dress. It's a plunging neckline. Ooh, Joe Mantello. Cheeky. Oh, we're doing musical. This is gonna decide it, y'all. He already won. This is who I bet. Katz, Jaylon. Now that I know how to say his name. Yes. Yes. Come on, they have to win Best Revival now. They have to win Best Musical now. Best Revival of Musical, because they won direction, they won choreography, they won costuming. Ragtime won sound design. Mm. Oh, they oh, they're crying. That was cute. Jellicle song for Jellicle Cat, Jellicle song for Jellicle Matt, Jellicle song for Jellicle Matt. I have my earphones, I have no idea what I sound like. Yay! So happy. Joe Mantello. Direction of a play. It's one of the better Kenny Leon productions I've seen. Jen Montello's the man. I would love Whitney to win. If there's an upset, give it to Whitney. Joe Mantello. Knew it, but if Whitney White would have been an upset and I would have lost that one, I would have been completely happy with it. Joe Mantello is incredible, and I saw him in The Normal Heart as an actor. Was incredible in that. He's he is a Broadway animal, and he looks tan. He went to the beach too. He is. You didn't win, but you are one of the greats. You already got a few Tonys. Martha Miller, one of the greatest American plays. Good speech. He's also an actor, so he gives good speech. Look at this diva walking people on off. How do we feel about models walking people on off? It's I feel bad for other people next to those models. They look like hobbits next to these gorgeous models. Titanic. Keep it quiet. What do you say? I love that she's doing it to the camera. What is Oh, someone walked in front of the camera. Yay, Titanic. I have thoughts about this number they chose, or this these two numbers they combined. So I think it's hard to choose a number for oh wait, Pink? She gotta say something? We'll be right back. Can't wait to see what the Jellicle cats do. Um, so it's difficult to choose a number 5 for Titanic to do for, like, a awards show because the funniest parts of Titanic are not the songs, they're the book. The book of the musical is what's so funny, which is why I thought it should have won best book. So, you know, Marlene Marlena? I just had a moment where I forgot her last name. Maples? Marlena Maples sounds weird now. Anyhow, she's amazing in her impersonation. She's so funny as Celine Dion, but it's not about the singing as much as it is the overall characterizations that she's doing, so I'm glad that we got that at the beginning. But it's just but then the humor goes down instead of building towards the end because the songs it's a jukebox musical, so the songs aren't really what's funny. Usually in a musical, the songs are really the funniest moments, or they should be in a musical. So it's really hard to choose what you're going to do for Titanic if you're going to just do a musical number because it's you're gonna lose the humor in it. But, it felt also the handheld shaky handheld camera, I didn't know about that choice because it made it feel a little amateurish, and I felt like maybe they were a little too close to Celine or to Marla. Um So, I don't know, I sometimes think, especially when you're belting really high, it's maybe better if the camera's further away, so we're not right up in your business. Marla Mindell, my gosh. What was I calling her? Marlene? Marla Mindell. Okay, we'll have to edit that out later. So, yeah, what did y'all think? I thought Marla Mindell was good, but you don't really get the humor from Titanic from what they just showed. But it's hard. I mean, I think every show is kind of struggles with really giving like, Ragtime, I think the opening number really tells you what you're gonna get for out of that number, out of that show. For me, that yeah, for me, that performance didn't sell tickets. I agree because it doesn't really tell you it doesn't really show you the just how funny, Titanic is. Well, I think the creatives were the ones who decided the director that's probably Ty Blue who decided they wanted the shot. I liked her talking directly to the camera. I thought that was funny, but then I wanted to get away from that once the number happened. I didn't like the cameraman being on the stage with them, and then that one person it's just too many weird things can happen. Someone walked right in front of the camera. They're probably just doing their blocking. It was probably the camera cut was the problem. Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen Titanic, it's much better than that number you just saw on the Tonys. And because I think a lot of people also criticize Marla Mindell for I mean, she's belting these real high notes. She doesn't have the voice of Celine Dion. So when you she was just belting, belting, belting in both of those numbers, and she's hitting the notes, but, she's not gonna sound as good as Celine Dion. But the charm of her performance is her take on the character of Celine Dion, and her take is so hilarious that if she doesn't sound exactly like her, it's fine. I mean, who can sound exactly like Celine Dion? Um, maybe Miss Glinda, Ariana Grande. Speaking of Frankie. Also, there was a lot of eye makeup going on among a lot of the characters who I don't necessarily would have eye makeup. The fact that, wait, what is this commercial with what is this commercial with Jason Alexander in drag? Did you just see this mayonnaise commercial with Jason Alexander playing, like, all these different characters? Okay, that was funny. I'll have to watch that later. Liberation commercial. Ugh. Okay, so guys, I'm doing really well with my guesses so far. I just, had 3 wrong for the, act 1 for the technical awards, 1 that I should not have gotten wrong. But so far, we're on track. Let's see if we keep on keeping on. Maybe I should have bet some money. Need some money. Need some money. Yeah, give me some money, y'all. Tip me a dollar. All right, or 2. Are we back? Yes. How am I doing so far? Bring on other hosts to help pink out. She is a good belter. I don't know about this dialogue here with Ariana. Ariana? I'm Ariana DeBose. I don't know. That wasn't that funny. I do say Pink looks those legs are great. She looks incredible. She's had babies. Has anybody seen Megan Thee Stallion in ooh, nice outfit. Has anybody seen her in Moulin Rouge? Is she good? That butt, that ass. So she's not there anymore. I like that she's in the moment. She's yeah. She's good. Maybe she should host. Featured actress in a musical. Shoshana. Woo! Sh hers I love Rachel, but no. I love Anna, but no. Oh, she's getting a lot of love. I think Shoshana, though. Shoshana, 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 Shoshana. Sorry, Marcy. Sorry, Squillian. She's the Actors Equity voted for Shoshana because she's been in the game so long. I just and she's great in this role. But I think she's paid her dues, and people are like, "Let's give Shoshana some love." And I support. She's great. And I love this dress. Sexy. Sexy mom. She looks good. This is a nice dress. Both of them look great. Megan and Shoshana. He's so good. Such a great singer too. Yeah, incredible. Wait, does she have a child in the show with her? Drew Barry. Oh, did they just bleep out? I'm a little behind you guys. I love that dress. So sexy. Look at the cutouts. Megan is a star. Just look, just In the moment, so good. Jellicle ball. Woo! Clack, 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 clack. All right. Woo! They're doing the close-up camera again. Handheld camera again. They kinda restaged this. Not kind of, they restaged this entirely. Oh, that was a little messy. Woo! Meow. Is that Sarah Paulson with Andrew Lloyd Webber? It was a little messy in places because they have to redo it to fit this new space. Is that Annette Bening? Wow. It's it's actually fun to see Dougal and Robin actually walking around New York, which they're pretending to do, on the stage at the Longacre Theater. Okay, what do we think of Cats? I thought it was good. It was a little sloppy in places. They really they didn't bring their set at all. They used that little runway bit. So it's so different in the theater because everything's levels and raised up, and there's seating, cocktail seating. So that stage is so huge that they had to spread everyone out. So it didn't quite have as much of the effect, although I'm sure they included the understudies in there to fill out the stage a little more. But I thought the energy was good. I thought the close-ups I like the close-ups. I don't love that handheld camera, though. It always just feels handheld camera makes you feel unsettled, which I don't love, for these presentations. Matt is green with green screen. Usually I am. Oh, it's doing color stuff? I don't know. Is it pink? Wait, it looks like an old television test pattern was watched when my color first came in. Wish we could get to see Tony Awards in London. My video's doing weird colors. Is it still doing weird things? It turned into Alphaba. Yeah, it's green, orange, and blue. Hmm. The only thing I can think is to end the stream and restart it. Then that's gonna be weird. Shoot. I don't know what to do about my streaming. Here, let's try flashing the let's see if it does that make it did that reset it at all? You did it for a reason, I had to celebrate cats. No. Am I still in colors? I was dancing. Nope, it didn't fix it. Oh, I don't know what to do. Should I end the stream? I don't wanna end the stream. Still colorful. Maybe I wonder if I can change my camera on and off. Let's see what happens if I do this. System settings, video, energy video. Guys, I don't know how to fix the problem. Sound, here's sound. Where's video? Time focus. Oh, there's an advertisement for Little Bear Ridge Road. Well, that's weird. To advertise a play that has already closed. Maybe they want people to produce it regionally. Um, Let me know if it corrects itself. I'm afraid I don't really want to end the stream. Oh, we're back. Look how tall she is. She was in Ghosts. She was great. Ah, another AI comment. Okay. Sorry. Hope I liberation, baby. Liberation all the way. Also a great play. Liberation. Not giant. Not giant. Liberation. Thank you. They had women introduce this. And Julia Louis Dreyfus has that Wiser Than Me podcast where she talks to older women, which totally fits in with this idea of what liberation is about. Yay, liberation one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, next commercial break, maybe I'll restart. I hate to end the stream though, because it I have to create a new stream and then everyone has to leave and come back. These are YouTube issues, I guess. Is that best, Wool? Cloud Chan, get over the pouches and go see Liberation. Go to LA and see it, or London. Yes, Whitney was amazing direction of this play. Susanna Flood behind her. Yes. Guys, this play was so good. It made me so sad that it isn't still running. Yay! So happy, you guys. I knew it would win, but there's always a little inkling where you're like, what if it doesn't win? It will be so wrong. So I'm glad the voters did the right thing. I actually wish you could see who voted for like how many votes it got because I'm curious how close things are. Oh, pinks and red. All right. Oh, Kara Young, Jack O'Brien, theater. Hmm. This is a good message. Am I still colored? Go Bills. Why are you so confused? But Cloud Chan, I'm going to say to you, your refusal to go to shows that have yonder pouches doesn't punish the show. It punishes yourself. You didn't get to see Liberation. And it's also to protect the actors because there's nudity. Leguizamo, he had a play off Broadway this past season. Yeah. Oh, look at this suit behind him. Oh, two strangers. I know, not a great one, but it's the title. Woo! Let's see what they do. Oh, they're gonna do New York song. He's adorable. Using this camera again. Oh, they're gonna do a medley. I like this number. It's one of my favorite numbers. I don't know about this dress. It's like she's going to the beach. Yay, Two Strangers. That was an interesting mashup of those 2 songs. It's interesting they kind of left out the idea that they are using someone else's credit card to be rich for one day. Chicago. All right. Is the screen still messed up? Let me know. Should I reboot? Should I restart? I don't wanna lose all 72 of the people that are on right now. So I don't know about that. I feel like people who haven't seen the show, it might be a little confusing about why they're all of a sudden buying rich things. Also, can we talk about that pink dress? I don't know if I talked about it in my review. It feels like a, beach cover up to me, like she's a swimsuit on underneath it. He's wearing this tuxedo, and I don't know. Feels like you're gonna rip it off and be in a pink two-piece. Yeah, the screen is still messed up. Reboot. Alright, guys. I'm gonna end the stream and restart it. So, hope y'all come back because I don't know what else to do about this. You can watch the Tonys on Paramount Plus or CBS. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Shoot, I'll no longer be live. Okay, I'll end it.